This is gonna be the first video filming today. I'm gonna make it 3 meals gluten free. Because Sarita's birthday is today, so my son asked me especially to make something for her. So let's go. Here I got everything already in cups, so it's easier for you. What do you need? You need 6 eggs. You separate the yolks from the whites. You need 2 cups of sugar. You need 2 cups of flour. I'm using the gluten-free flour this time, but you use just all-purpose flour is fine. We need half cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then for the liquid, you're gonna need condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated, and if you want to, instead of using the half and a half or heavy cream, you want to add another can of evaporated, is fine. You know, it's just to cut like the fats. It's up to you. For me, at the end, it tastes the same. It tastes delicious. So we have our blender, and we're going to pour first our 6 whites, and we're going to start blending it, mixing it. You mixing it around like 5 to 7 minutes. You see it's going to double the size of the whites. When you see double the size of the whites and it start getting a little thick, then you're going to start adding the sugar, but little by little, like a rain. You don't put it at once because that makes the whites going down, and you don't want that. So, as you can see in here, you can do it like medium to high, so it goes faster. And we wait, maybe like I said, it takes 5 minutes to 7. It depends, on your mixer. Definitely you gotta do this in a mixer. By hand will be like a lot more difficult and more job too. Getting a lot better, but it's still not there. We need like 3 more minutes. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna go and look for the container that we're gonna bake this. Just keep cleaning the rice. So you can use these kind of containers. Those are the half sheet cans that usually you can get anywhere. For me, it's better if it's longer and the cream milk is like a little thinner, not too deep, not too thick, because then the milk will just get to the bottom and not to the top. And that's the problem with a lot of people that do it. So you don't get to have all the cake wet, only half of it. But this time, this is the only one I have right now. This, I only spray it. This is the best thing for me, the Crisco brand. But whatever you have, you spray it and you're ready to go. Okay, now you can see my whites are almost double the size. So you can start adding the sugar like a rain, little by little. Take your time, don't rush. After that, you keep beating up those eggs with the sugar. And when it's done, the sugar, you start adding the yolks one by one. Done. You see now the thickness, it really changed. Now you can start adding your yolks one by one. And you wait till it gets mixed completely. Then you add the next one. The same way with the 6 of them. At this point, we can add already our vanilla. I can open this vanilla. Let me see if I have something open here. Yes. Vanilla, you can add like a teaspoon. And the same with the powder. You can add it into your flour. And now, at the end, you do both flour and milk. You put your mixture into a medium to slow. And you're going to add little by little an amount of milk and an amount of flour. You gotta start with the milk and finish with the milk. Don't take too much time so your butter is not gonna go down. You don't want it to lose volume. One more time, you will give time to blend. Another milk. Another flour. Against the milk. The last of the flour. And you finish it up with the milk. That's it. So, don't over mix it, please. You use your spatula to clean your borders. You remove this out of your mixture first. And now, you just pour it onto your pan. Simple, easy. And let's see how it goes. Because it's the first time I'm doing this gluten-free. But when you use regular flour, it's just the best 3 milks. People always tell that to me. That is the best 3 milk they have ever tried. Okay, so now I already have my oven in 350 degrees. It's already warm up. There it goes. It's like around 15 to 20 minutes. That depends on every oven because all ovens are different. So you just gotta be cautious. Keep looking it. After 15 minutes you open, you check, you see if the meter, when you move it, the meter keep, being like kind of shaky. That means it's not done. Also, you can put a toothpick in to try to see if it's wet or dry. That's all it is. We got to weigh that, and then I'll come back to make the mixing of the milks like we can do it right now. It's so easy. People do it in a blender, but you can do it by hand if you don't want, to use your blender. So you do this. Like I said, you can use half and a half. You can use more evaporated milk. Usually in the recipes they tell you to use 1 can of evaporated, 1 can of condensed, and the same amount of the evaporated of heavy cream. But there's no need for the heavy cream really. And most of all because I like to make the chantilly or whipped cream for the top. So I save my heavy cream for the top. My 3 milks always get that on the top and always gets 2 best strawberries. Most of the people don't do that. You see, you can add the half and a half to your can, and then you have the amount that you need. And all this is garbage. Be careful with the cans. I finished with my, and you can stir very, very well your milks, and you can have it ready. So when the cake comes out of the oven, still warm, you're gonna start making pokes on it. You can use toothpick or you can use this kind of thermometer, and you poke the cake all over, corners, middle, sides, and then you pour. You gotta have this ready because it gotta be done while the cake is warm. After that, you just let it sit on the fridge. It's better if it goes like, till next day, or at least 6 to 8 hours. Okay, so we have our milk ready, and we just have to wait. Right now I'm gonna put this apart because I want to make pianono for here, and I'm gonna wash this right now. Douglas, you can cut that and then continue or no? How
No.
you do it?
I don't know. I think there's.
Yeah?
I don't think there's no pause button for this.
Okay, so we gotta find out that.
I don't think so.
Because it's gonna take 20 minutes for that to be open, and we're gonna keep that running.
How about we make 2 parts of this?
Or I can make a pianono.
How about we make 2 parts?
Okay, so I'm gonna make the pianono then. You can film. I'm just gonna finish this up. Let's see now about the pionono. Let me dry my hands. Oh my God, we gotta make here. That's the gluten-free flour that makes a mess. Okay, so according to my recipe, we need 6 eggs, 3 cups of sugar, 6 eggs. So we have 6 eggs here. And we're gonna need 3 cups of sugar, but all we're gonna use 2 and save 1. So that means, you know, the sugar I use is always organic, because that's what I buy for my baking. But you can use any one you want. Okay. 2 tablespoons oil, baking powder up there, salt, flour, 1.5 cup of flour. Let's put this in here. So we measure the 1.5 cup of flour. So we have here, always you gotta make the cup, you know, it can be bumpy. It gotta be like label. There you go. 1, and then half. And then half cup. There you go. Okay, we got the cup, the eggs, 2 tablespoons of oil, vanilla. Let's see. Mezclar with vanilla baking powder. We're gonna mix almost everything together here. We go with the 6 eggs. Six eggs there. Then we're gonna go with the 2 cups of sugar. We're gonna save 1, remember? Then we're gonna go with the 2 tablespoons of oil. Then the vanilla. The baking powder, the same thing we did with the other thing. We mix it into the flour. the salt also mix into the flour. So we have the eggs, the sugar, the oil, the vanilla. Everything here ready in the mixer, and you start mixing. You mix it for around 4 to 5 minutes, and you see also that it's gonna double the size, and the yellow is gonna turn like pale. At that point, you're gonna add your dry ingredients, that is the flour, the baking powder, and the little salt. With the flour, you gotta stir always. Always when you bake, you gotta get used to stir your flour. Because when flour is sitting down in your shelf, in the box, it forms like clumps, and that can ruin a nice cake. Perfect. So you give him a couple of minutes. Three more. Two more. One more. Okay, so now we're ready to add our dry ingredients that are all mixing here. So you start doing it. Done. Always clean your sides so you know it's all mixed good. Perfect. Don't over mix neither, because you don't want them to the butter to go down too much. So always when you're gonna do your nono, you gotta use your wax paper. Again, I always use my spray. It's easy for me to work. This tray is a little bit smaller than the big one. Always be sure the bottom of your bowl is well mixed, please. Sometimes it don't, the whisker don't get all of it. You see, it's perfect. If I use the bigger sheet, was gonna be too small. Not enough amount of butter. There you go. So now you just try to make it even. Most of all in the corners. And that's it. You can put it into. Take a look at this. You see the color? But I still can say it's all wiggly. So that's not good yet. I'm gonna put my pianono there too. On the top. If you see that it's getting too brown on the top, you can cover it if you want with foil to avoid to get it too browny. I'm gonna give him 5 more minutes and I'm gonna check. If it's still not done, I will cover it with foil. So if you like to work with a timer, it's perfect. I said 5 more minutes to check on them again. Right now we just can wait and clean while we wait. You know that everything is done, the milk is already mixed.